What is up? Welcome into the Early Edge powered by SportsLine. I am your host, Allan Bell, and we are coming off a phenomenal Monday Night Football game last night. We had a ton of fun. Take a look at the recap there. Allie coming through. Major League Baseball, our man Zack coming through last night. I mean, we had winners all over the board. Now, we have a problem, though, because no one in the chat hit their bet, left their Twitter handle, and followed SportsLine. So we can't change a life today. All right, we can't change a life, and we wanted to. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that. But I tell you what, if we can hit a certain number of likes, and I'll talk to the jeweler here right live during this show, maybe we can give away one. Maybe. We'll see. All right, let's bring in our experts. Let's bring in our guys. I want to talk about this games today that we have. Look how beautiful they are. Zack, looking sharp. Nice plays last night, buddy.
Good morning, guys. I was glad to be on the star players there with the Packers. You know, Aaron Rodgers, I'm just glad that they didn't fall to 0-2. It looked like there was going to be a competitive game, and then post-halftime, he said, let's stop the Aaron Jones fun. Let's start throwing that ball. Devontae Adams was hitting Randall Cobb, spreading the ball around Tanyan a little bit, and, of course, they pulled away and got the cover.
That was a really nice win for them. They needed to get that, and I was worried that Detroit was going to pull right at the end and do it again, make that backdoor cover. That had been 2 weeks in a row. M squared. I was watching your Twitter last night. It was almost comical how MVS was targeted wide open, and they just couldn't hook up.
Yeah, definitely having nightmares of MVS streaking down the field with, pretty big separation. You would expect a quarterback like Rodgers to hit him, but, it happens. It's part of the game. Obviously cost me quite a bit last night, but we're ready to go today. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're ready to go. Now, the jeweler just said if we hit 100 likes, we'll give away a year-long subscription to SportsLine. So make sure, hit that like button right now. Let's get to 100. We want to definitely give at least one away. We're here. Why not? Let's do it. But going to have to hit that 100. Now, let's jump into storylines that affect the betting lines for today, for this week. And look, gentlemen, I'll go ahead and go first. We talked about this yesterday. All right. Total correlations in regards to NFL divisional games. And jeweler, if we could pull that graphic up, it's a little easier to show than it is to explain. Okay. So take a look here. And we talked about this right before the game last night. We have had 8 games so far this season that featured two, teams in the same division. When the road team covers, the under is 3-0. When the home team covers, the over is 4-1. And it played out again last night with Green Bay. So I'm not saying that this is going to be, 95%, 90% all season long. However, it's working right now. And we're starting to get in with more divisional games this coming week. Take a look at this. If you can, kind of identify where you think the spread, which team is going to cover, you have some nice correlating bets. And that's exactly why I went with the over last night and the Packers team total. And it played out. It worked out. So just keep an eye on that. Now, the interesting part is that usually divisional games are the most competitive, right? We're looking at right now through these 8 games, a point differential of about 14.5 points in these games. Now, M squared, I'm going to throw it to you when talking about spreads for this week 3 in the NFL. We've got some large ones coming as well, correct?
We've got several large ones and 2 that could potentially move into that category as well. We've got 6 spreads that have a difference of 7.5 or greater, which is a considerable number. The Kansas City game opened at 7, sitting at 6.5. That one's a candidate that could be number 7. And then, of course, you got the Titans, -5 at home right now against the Colts with Carson Wentz status completely up in the air. If he's ruled out, I would not be at all surprised if that betting market moved that one to 7 as well. We could be looking at 8 games with at least down difference in the spread.
You bring up that Colts-Titans game. I've got a pick on that today, actually, at least one play from it. I 1,000% agree. Me and you live about 9 minutes down the road from each other, right? And the stadium's like kind of right in the middle. So that game is going to be interesting. So keep an eye on the Colts injury report this week, Carson Wentz and others. But yes, you're exactly right. Some large spreads that are out there. All right. Let's get to picks for today. So for our site play, we are going to go with, we're going to go back to our guy, Martin Green coming through. Bologna versus Genoa. Jeweler, I hope I said that correctly. We've got a game today at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to go with both teams to score at minus 130, 1 unit. All right, and Martin Green says Bologna has made a stronger start to the current campaign. It's already 4 points ahead of Genoa on the Serie A table. Bologna will be on low confidence after conceding 6 against Inter at the weekend. So we don't have to have one winner or the other, one side or the other. We just need both teams to score. Minus 130. All right, I see that we're getting there on likes. Continue to hit those. We're at 79 right now. We need 21 more. And remember from the live show last night, if you were involved with us on that, the karma that came with that, right? We had people hitting likes that already had subscriptions to SportsLine, and look what happened. We crushed bets, right? That was literally your karma coming through with that. So let's do it again. Let's make sure we get to 100. Let's change a life. All right. So let's go to picks for today. Let's go to our guys here. All right, M Squared, you got some tennis for us. We'll let you go first.
I know the drill, son. Yes. No, over. I'm going to be taking the Andy Murray and Ugo Humbert over 2.5 sets, coming back at plus 140. Now, if you don't have set betting, some of you don't, then the next best play in this is going to be the over 23.5 games. That one's going to come back at even money, but I strongly prefer the over 2.5 sets at the plus 140 payout. It is a little more of a risky play. Obviously, the odds imply about 41.7%. I have this closer to 49% in my simulations. So the question here is, Andy Murray, at this point in his career, it's all his level drastically depends on how he feels when he wakes up in the morning. He's had those hip problems. He's had the mobility problems. His form was great at the US Open, pushed Tsitsipas to a 5-setter. And then earlier last week, he ended up losing in a 3-set match to a challenger level player. So it really depends on how he feels in the morning when he wakes up. And then on the other side, Humbert here, this is a home court match for him in his hometown of Metz, France. I think this is a great spot for a really competitive match. However, if you know anything about him, what he struggles with is he's far too aggressive many times, and he just simply refuses to take velocity off the ball. That leads to some unforced errors. I think he's a little jacked up and has a few errors in this match. I think it's going to end up being very competitive. The hard court indoor really suits both players very well. I think we're looking at a match that goes the distance, and I love the payout here at plus 140.
I love it. What I also love is having M Squared and Zack Attack on this show because, one, you guys are fantastic, and two, we knew that we had hit these 100 likes, right? And I feel that it's because of you two right here. So at Forte Sensei, congratulations. Welcome to the SportsLine team. You just won a year-long subscription to SportsLine. If we hit 200, maybe we'll give away a few more, right? Hit it. Let's go. But yeah, at Forte Sensei, congratulations. Welcome to the team. Zack Attack, what you got today, buddy?
I'm going to go to Thursday night football, the Carolina Panthers and Houston Texans. Here's a combination I never thought I would say, AB. Sam Darnold and a 7.5-point spread. Just can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm going to buy the hook today. You can get it at Caesar Sportsbook for minus 125. So minus 7-point spread, minus 125. And here's the thing with the Carolina Panthers. This is just an easy schedule to start the year. I don't think you overthink it. Sometimes the NFL, you start to think, and you just get too entracted into a game. But I'm not going to overthink this one. Carolina Panthers week 1, they faced a rookie quarterback in Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold's former team in the Jets. That was a great matchup. Week 2, the divisional matchup is what would help them against the Saints. They know Sean Payton's schemes, and Jameis Winston just looked horrible. So the defense have shut down both those teams for 3 quarters. Now they're going to face Davis Mills, a rookie quarterback from Stanford, ill-prepared on a short week for the Houston Texans. I think they're going to take advantage of him. Kind of reminds me of when the Browns had to use a backup quarterback from Stanford and Kevin Hogan about 5-6 years ago. It didn't go well for him. And then here's a stat sealer for me. The Houston Texans, when they've started a backup quarterback, have lost 9 of their last 10 games by an average of 17 points. Only one of those games was by 7 points or less, and that was 6. So I think this is going to be a true blowout. Take the road team here with the Carolina Panthers.
9 of their last 10. That's brutal. And I love this pick on multiple ways. First, I think the Houston Texans have actually played pretty well in weeks 1 and week 2, and they're going to come back down to reality. I think Thursday night is an excellent time to do it. And you're right. Counting on Sam Darnold seems crazy, but this Panthers team is good. They're good on offense. They're even better on defense. Matt Rule, the guys, man, they have a heck of a team. I love that play. All right, I'm going to stick in the NFL as well. We talked about the Colts at the Titans game coming up this Sunday, and M Squared broke down exactly what you need to pay attention to in terms of the Colts injury front. Battle Carson Wentz, which he somehow sprained both ankles. I've really never seen that before, but they also have some injuries on the offensive line. So pay attention. But what I'm going to go with are the Titans team total over 26.5. And here's why. So we saw what the Titans did in Seattle last week. And yeah, a lot of it came late in the fourth quarter. I'm not really counting on that. And a lot of it was Derrick Henry. What I am counting on is that Mike Vrabel, historically, when he bounces back hard, and they do it 2 weeks in a row. And this Titans offense hasn't even gotten started yet. We haven't seen anything out of Ryan Tannehill. We've barely seen anything out of Julio Jones. We haven't seen anything out of A.J. Brown. I think that this is a perfect time at home with the home crowd for this Titans offense to explode and to show the offense that they were last year. So if you're looking at team total over 26.5, I love that play. I'm going to roll with that. So grab your paper, grab your pencil. Let's get to work here. Jeweler, whoa, look how beautiful that is. All right, we got our boy M Squared on Murray Humbert over 2.5 cents at plus 140. I'm on the Titans team total over 26.5. Zack Attack on the Panthers -7, buying it to minus 125. Side play from our man Marty G. Bologna, Genoa, both teams to score minus 145. And the Jewelers Gym plus 258. All right, so we're going to roll with Bologna, Genoa, both teams to score. And we're going La Liga, Levante, Celta Vigo, both teams to score as well. That pays out plus 258.
AB, I'm sorry, I have to jump in real quick. That's actually only 203. I forgot to update it from earlier. I was going for something a little juicy earlier today, but I took it down. So all right, well, plus 203. The Jewelers.
Okay, plus 203. All right, that's good. Second, I'm a little upset because I felt that I nailed that La Liga pronunciation correctly, but I mean, you know what? It's always good to hear the Jeweler's voice, especially when you just come in from the top. I really like it. All right, we've got all that plus 203. You've got the scoreboard. You've got what you need. Nope, I can't do it. There's no way I could be coach. I'm not going to do it. What I am going to do is say, look, he wants to take these straight to the pay window, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Cannot thank you enough for tuning into the Early Edge. Thank you for being part of the crew. Man, and let's cash some tickets today. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Do you want best bets in your feed every single day? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Early Edge.